lot of conflicting information about the situation in Aleppo that continue to emerge. The Syrian army said earlier today at 3 p.m. precisely in Syrian time, about 4 hours ago, that it suspended all its military operations in the neighborhood of Sheikh Maqsoud that was under the control of Kurdish fighters. Actually, this claim was denied quickly after this announcement by the Kurdish-led forces, and they say that it was to mislead the public opinion, as they say. Earlier as well, the government said that the army would withdraw from this neighborhood, from Sheikh Maqsoud neighborhood, and to allow state institutions to enter the neighborhood and take control. They really insisted on this point because it follows an agreement that was signed by both sides in last April, an agreement that was never implemented. A few hours ago, the government changed its position and said that the army is still pursuing Kurdish fighters, and they said that they are hiding in multiple areas in Sheikh Maqsoud, and they are carrying out a drone attack on Aleppo, as well on Aleppo government building where there was being held a press conference. The SDF, of course, denied these accusations, and they said that the fighting is still ongoing and they are facing a fierce offensive, as they say, with the use of tanks and drones. Our local sources over there in Aleppo, they reported that limited clashes are still ongoing in several areas of Sheikh Maqsoud, and authorities say that mines have been planted in the area.
And there's been a heavy humanitarian toll, hasn't there? There's been at least 21 civilians dead, and over 160,000 people have been displaced just this week alone.
Yes, the humanitarian situation is still difficult. For the fifth day in a row, civilians in Syria are once again living moments of fear and horror as well. We have seen images of people, of Syrian civilians, men, women and families that are leaving their houses in not only in Sheikh Maqsoud and Ashrafia in northern Aleppo, but as well in the neighborhoods that are close to the conflict area. According to official numbers, over 160,000 people had to flee Ashrafia and Sheikh Maqsoud and limited area, and they have been displaced into shelters that were open. They were displaced mostly to mosques that were transferred and turned into centers or shelters. In Aleppo, around 20 shelters were open, and as well in Afrin and in Azaz, where Kurdish families mostly were displaced in eastern Aleppo. Both sides, actually, the Kurdish fighters and the government, accuse each other of being responsible of the violence and of as well targeting civilians. The Kurdish administration just today said that a hospital in Sheikh Maqsoud was targeted by Syrian government. Responsible in the Kurdish administration said that there are hundreds of wounded people inside the hospital, including civilians and members of internal security forces. So Syrian authorities accuse SDF of shelling and turning the hospital into military base. For civilians today, they all hope for stability and to return to their homes.